Hello everyone and welcome to a week of Linux news for the 25th of September 2016. So I'm going to start this week with a story that was completely blown out of all proportion. Lenovo reportedly blocking Linux on Windows 10 Signature Edition PCs. According to Reddit user Baron HK, it is impossible to install Linux onto the Signature Edition Lenovo Yoga 900 ISK2 Ultrabook because the solid-state disk is locked in a proprietary RAID mode that Linux doesn't support, and that even Windows 10 cannot use without Lenovo driver being downloaded first. And to confuse matters, there is a post from a Lenovo product expert claiming that Signature Edition PCs have to lock out Linux users because Microsoft says so. And that's where everyone kind of lost it. So the Signature Edition PCs have to be free from bloatware and other junk, so you're paying more to get less. Well, you can buy some Porsche cars like that as well, can't you? You pay more to get a lighter weight car. Let's not forget that Lenovo bought us Superfish, as well as a bunch of other malware that gets pre-installed on the system and can't easily be removed. Anyway, with that aside, the issue was that this solid-state disk runs in this RAID 0 mode to make it faster, which seems weird because the solid-state disks are actually pretty fast already, particularly if you run them straight off the PCIe bus. But it turns out that Lenovo were just deliberately blocking the option to change from the RAID state of the BIOS. So without being able to turn that off, you are stuck with the RAID, which Linux doesn't support. But only because there's not a driver for it. It's not a Microsoft issue, it's purely a Lenovo issue. They haven't supplied a RAID driver for their solid-state disk. So at this point, we're reliant on either Lenovo supplying a driver or someone reverse engineering a driver. I did read that someone managed to flash their BIOS, but it involved doing some soldering right onto the chip, so I think that's going to be a bit beyond most people. Honestly, it seems to be the case that if you've got one of these Signature Edition Lenovo systems, your best bet is probably to return it. The development version of Ubuntu 16.10, which is codenamed Yakety Yak, is to run faster in virtual machines. That would be some nice help for me when I try and do some of these tutorials and reviews. It's not just an improvement for virtual machines, it'll also improve performance on older, lower power systems. So it looks like I've done this by adjusting the desktop effects. GNOME 3.22 has been released, and OMG Ubuntu have listed some of the updated features. Let's take a quick look through. So Flatpak integration with the Software Center. Excellent, that's something that KDE are moving towards as well. Some improvements to the app manager as well. Fair play, I do like the GNOME Software Center. There's a massive improvement from the Ubuntu Software Center. Nautilus file manager improvements. Really? Are you sure you're not removing features? Sorry, that's the cynic in me, because let's not forget Nautilus did remove a lot of features. So support for bulk renaming and the ability to extract compressed zip files without going over to the File Roller app. Got new view and sorting controls, Wayland support, and a few other smaller features there as well. GNU Bash 4.4 has been released. I'm not going to go through this one so much because it's a bit more technical, but I'll leave a link to the stories in the video description. Ubuntu 16.10 has hit Beta 2. At time of recording though, I can only find two announcements from Ubuntu GNOME and Kubuntu. A quick look at the changes in Ubuntu GNOME. So they're using the base system of GNOME 3.2, but have updated a lot of their applications to GNOME 3.22. A couple of known bugs here on the keyboard layout and language chooser, and an overall bug affecting the whole Ubuntu system is that NVIDIA drivers on hybrid Prime systems may fail to boot. Oh, okay, that's a bit lethal, isn't it? And the prompt asking for media removal might not be shown during system shutdown from the install image. Okay, that's not a major one. The blog post about Kubuntu doesn't really contain a whole lot of information, it's more of a request to test it out. Plasma Wayland is now working in Virtualbox using the KDE Neon Development Edition. Dare I try it out and finally get Wayland working? It's going to be interesting because I don't think I'm going to see it working for a long time on my NVIDIA-based system. There was a new Ubuntu Touch over-the-air update this week, which contains some visual improvements to offer newcomers a better out-of-the-box experience. The list of goodies continues with screen management improvements, better proximity detection, an experimental storage framework, support for syncing multiple calendars, updated Oxide video player, adoption of GStreamer multimedia framework, and new keyboards for Latvian and Korean languages. Has the EU just outlawed fully loaded Kodi boxes? It seems to be quite easy to get hold of these Android boxes with Kodi pre-installed, and in this picture here it shows 6,000 add-ons pre-installed. These are the add-ons for, let's say, illegal TV streaming, where not a single penny goes to the creator of the original movie or TV show. So let's say they're illegal. Now I've noticed these have been gaining popularity quite a lot, and to the extent that quite a lot of non-technical people are buying them and using them. When I've talked about it with my friends, they've complained, "Oh, Kodi's a load of rubbish." Why is it rubbish? "Oh, because I can't find this movie on these streams." So you're not using it how it was originally intended. "Well, no, it's still rubbish," would be their argument, and it just does my head in, because I'm still using it as a media player, and it works fine. In fact, it is brilliant. So it's a Dutch anti-piracy company, Breen, which are pushing this forward. In this particular case, with this Dutch blog here, which I can't pronounce, and Playboy, resulted in an important ruling from the European Court of Justice. The court found that when hyperlinks are posted for profit, it may be expected that the person who posted such a link should carry out the checks necessary to ensure the work concerned is not illegally published. In other words, posting links to infringing content in a commercial environment amounts to communication to the public and is therefore illegal. So the add-ons would be linking to infringing content and would therefore be illegal. So the box would be illegal. Although the base of Kodi wouldn't be illegal. More often than not, fully loaded boxes are offered for sale on eBay and Amazon by regular people out to make a few bucks. Taking action against every single one is not realistic, but even if all infringing boxes are wiped from sale, that wouldn't stop people selling blank devices that can easily be set up by the user to stream all of the latest movies, sports and TV shows with a few clicks, which is true. And the final point, anyone with VLC media player and the ability to Google can find plenty of dedicated IPTV streams available online without paying a penny to anyone. Fair point. What are they going to do? Ban computers? Ban mobile phones? A few new distros released this week. Tails, the Amnesic Incognito Live System. I did a review on Tails a few years ago. So it's quite a basic system, but the main purpose of it is to boot into a Tor browser, allowing you to surf the internet anonymously and circumvent censorship. There's an updated version of Robo Linux. So it's based on Debian, it comes with a few different desktop environments. I've got Cinnamon, Mate and LXDE. New version of Absolute Linux. This is based on Slackware. A new version of Apricity OS. This is based on Arch, and comes with the GNOME and Cinnamon desktops. They seem to have gone for a very flat styling there. And to finish up with the news this week, here's 58 years of progress in computing. Thanks for watching, see you all later.